Oh boy, Pro Football Focus, they came out with their linebacker rankings, and they were not nice to the Titans at all, so we're going to talk about that and possibly another linebacker that they could sign. Welcome to Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and let's just get right into it, kinda. This was, I don't want to say a little bit disrespectful because it's kind of true, but Pro Football Focus had the Titans linebacker room as dead last in the NFL. Like, no, not 29th, like we saw the wide receiver core a couple weeks ago. No, not 30th. Dead last. 32nd in the NFL. You have the Philadelphia Eagles, the Lions, the Patriots is a shocker coming in at number 3 after the season they had last year. Kansas City Chiefs at 4, Commanders at 5, and then you see the bottom 5 teams. Colts, yeah, they're terrible. Carolina Panthers, they're improving. Cardinals, Chargers, but then the Titans all the way at 32. And I'll say, like, they're not wrong. The Titans linebacker room is the worst part about their defense. It's the worst part about their entire team. You improved your offensive line, you improved your wide receivers, you improved your defensive backs, and they had a complete overhaul with the linebackers, but not in a good way. You got rid of Kenneth. You got rid of Jack Gibbons. You got rid of Ernest Jones. Like, there's no one from last year's team that is a starter on this roster going into 2025. So it's not really good, and I understand where that ranking is. And what I don't understand is why we have not yet gotten to 11,000 subs. We are so close, people. 180. I know 180 people of you that are watching this video right now are not subscribed. So let's make that happen. Subscribe to Titans Today. Hit that big red sub button, and let's get to that goal of 11,000. So when we look at the linebacker room, you bring in Cody Barton. And Cody Barton is a solid piece. But then after that, you have undrafted Otis, Reese, and Cedric Gray. And then you have James Williams, who everybody says is going to be a breakout candidate. But all of those guys are extremely young, and they don't have a lot of experience. So you look at the roster, and you're like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Half of these guys are new to this team, so that's probably why they rank last. This is what Dalton Wasserman had to say from Pro Football Focus. All 5 of their linebackers played at least 200 snaps, and none returned to the team this offseason. Cody Barton arrives from Denver. He posted a 76.9 Pro Football Focus run defensive grade last year. Otis Reese, James Williams, and Cedric Gray will compete for playing time. But look at that. Look at this stat right here. Out of those 3 combined, they've only played 247 snaps. Like, all of your returning linebackers, so Cedric Gray, Otis Reese, and James Williams, they are 4th round or higher in the draft. They're all not highly touted prospects, so they're also super young. So they don't have a lot of NFL experience. So you're just going out there and just hoping for the best. They haven't proven themselves as prototypical NFL starters in the league yet. I think that James Williams could possibly do that, and same with Otis Reese, but we've talked about Otis Reese a little bit. Your main guy is going to be Cody Barton. He's your Mike backer. He's the guy you got to replace your starters. And you bring him in on a solid deal, and you can see his stats, 106, 1.5 sacks, like 2 tackles for loss. And he's a very, very good run defender. You saw the Pro Football Focus grade in that quote. He provides a lot of run defense to this team. But the Titans, overall, you got to make a move. You have to increase this linebacker room. You have to go into training camp. You have to go into this upcoming season and at least bring in a veteran, someone. And we got one guy that I'm going to talk about. But before that, I'll ask you guys, do you want to go into this season with the same linebacker core, the 32nd ranked team in the NFL, or do you think there's room for improvement? Do you think they should go out and sign somebody? Type yes or type no down in the comment section. There's one linebacker that's, I think, a perfect fit for this Tennessee Titans team, and we are going to talk all about Mr. White. If you saw his picture at the beginning of the show, you know who that is. But first, I got to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, and it is for some Cam Ward jerseys. Shout out to Fanatics for sponsoring Titans today. Chatsports.com/Ward. You could get your Cam Ward jerseys in any colorway you want. Yeah, you don't have to get into certain. If you want the throwback Oilers, if you want the whites, if you want the blues, you can get yours today. Rep the franchise quarterback, people. I tell you guys all the time because I want Nissan Stadium to have that one all over. I've been to a bunch of Titans games. Everybody reps the quarterback, so get yours today. Chatsports.com/Ward. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. Okay, so I'm not the only one that's urging people to go out and sign a veteran linebacker. There is one specific player, and I've seen articles from ESPN, I've seen articles from Bleacher Report, and it is basically that they are urging the Titans to go out and sign the veteran linebacker, Kyzir White. And what we know about Kyzir White is that he is a great tackler. He has gotten over 100 tackles and 115 tackles in 3 out of his last 4 seasons. He's a ball hawk. And Aaron Schatz out of ESPN, shots. If you've ever seen that clip of Aaron Schatz, it's kind of funny. I like to make jokes around here. This is what he said. They don't really have any inside linebackers on the roster that they can trust. They signed Cody Barton away from Denver, but here we go again. The same kind of stat that Schatz brought up is the same stat that PFF brought up. Nobody on this position played more than 10.5% of the defensive snaps last year. With a guy like Kyzir White, a strong veteran to play up the middle, he'd be a huge help. He's a steady player who had 35 more tackles last season for Arizona than any other Cardinals defender other than Budda Baker. I would really like this signing, to be honest. He brings a veteran leadership that you can teach Otis Reese, you can teach Cedric Gray, because he's been in the league for 8 years. He's a vet that just improves this defense. You don't have anybody that has gotten over 100 tackles on this roster. Shout out to Cody Barton for being a guy that's returning, but if you can bring in 2 solid veterans to this Tennessee Titans team, that improves the defense and makes it even better because you have to have a good linebacking core. You got to have a good defensive line and a good linebacking core. You have your defensive backs, and you can see his stats right here. Over 100 tackles in the last 3 out of 4 seasons, and 3 out of the last 4, he's also been healthy. 2.5 sacks. He is just an absolute ball hawk. There is just one problem with Kyzir White, is that he's bad in coverage. He can't drop back and guard any tight end. He can't drop back and guard the running back. He can't guard wide receiver. And when I was looking at some of his stats, the PFF grades, they look good. The stats look good. 100 tackles. But when you look at these PFF grades, 48 overall, okay. Pass rush, 49. Run defense, that's where it really skyrockets, 73. But look at that coverage grade. Out of 189 linebackers that were graded in the NFL, he came out at 174th. One of the worst coverage guys in the NFL. And the Titans, with guys that haven't played, and Cody Barton, who's also known as a run defender, the Titans need a linebacker who can drop back into coverage and guard some of the top tight ends in football. Some of the top running backs in football, because you're going to be playing those teams. The Colts just drafted Tyler Warren. You got to have someone to cover him twice a year. Dalton Schultz with the Texans. Come on, you need a linebacker who's going to go into coverage. So then I looked. All of the Titans linebackers rank bottom 100 in Pro Football Focus coverage grade. You have to find somebody that can get into coverage. But if you just want a guy that can play, that can be a veteran, a guy that can stop the run, and be a lot better than this linebacker core that you got right now of Otis Reese and Cedric Gray, I think that Kyzir White should be the first guy on their list. You're looking for a second starter. I don't know if Reese or Gray is going to be that for sure second guy. They're battling it out for a position. You sign White, he goes right in. And he still hasn't been signed. So you got to assume that his contract's not going to be that bad. It's probably going to be about $7-8 million, if that. The Titans have $30 million in cap space. You don't have to worry about signing him to, oh, we got to stay under the cap. No, because $30 million, he's not getting paid $30 million. You sign him to a one-year deal because he's getting up there in age. He's going into his 8th season, and you just let it ride. You bring in a veteran leadership to teach a lot of these players, and Kyzir White is that guy that would help this team. I'd go out and sign him today. I'd get on the phone right now. Shout out to the Lackawanna College guy. I lived in northeastern Pennsylvania for 2 years. Kyzir White was a star in JUCO, made his way to the NFL, and now he's still in the league 8 years later. Go out and sign him, Titans. Come on. We need another linebacker here. Would you guys sign Kyzir White? Type S for sign or type P for pass down in the comments section right now. That's going to do it for today's episode of Titans Today by Chat Sports. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 11,000 subscribers. And as always, tighten up.